Object mode is the default mode for all objects in Blender. Let's see some basic things we can do in Grease Pencil in this mode. The basic mode of any object in Blender is the object mode. When you add a Grease Pencil object, you can see a dummy marker in its origin. This marker allows you to select and manipulate the object in the 3D space like a whole. To start moving your object, you can select the Move tool on the toolbar and move the object in the 3D space using the manipulators for Y, X, or Z axis. You can also use G key followed by the key of the axis you want to use for move the object, Y, X, or Z. You can do the same to rotate or to scale the object. For a more precise positioning, you can use the Transform panel in the sidebar or in the Object panel on Properties Editor. Let's see some basic things that can be done with our Grease Pencil object. You can duplicate objects using the operator in Object menu or with Shift-D key. Also, we can duplicate linked with Alt-D, so the new object will be shared the same object data. This way, every single change you make on any of the linked objects will be replicated on the others. Grease Pencil object can also be parented with other objects. Select first the child objects and last the parent object. And again, use the menu or the shortcut Ctrl-P. Move, rotate, or scale on the parent will also affect their children. And of course, you can use the new and amazing collections to organize all your objects in the scene. Object mode has its own section in Overlays to control the visibility of different tool elements of your Grease Pencil object. For example, you can turn on Onion Skin. We'll see Onion Skin in more detail later when we talk about animation. But in Object mode, it could be used to see how a whole 2D animation is interacting with other objects in the 3D space. A useful visual overlay is Canvas. Canvas shows the plane you are using while drawing on the 3D space. It has several properties that you can set up in the Viewport Display panel of the object data, like color, size, offset, and the amount of grid subdivisions. Last, Phase 3D Objects helps to avoid visual confusion and spot your drawing more easily if you are working mixing Grease Pencil objects and 3D meshes. Other objects display controls can be found on Viewport panel in Object Data. Let's see the ones related to Object mode. Depth Ordering controls how the strokes are drawing in the 3D space. With the default behavior, the strokes are drawing relative to other 3D objects. But if you want, you can force the strokes to be drawing in front or back of any other object in the scene. With Marker Size, you can change the size of the dummy empty that is used to select the object. Last, we can control the overall stroke thickness of the entire object with Thickness Scale. And if you want to keep the stroke thickness regardless the zoom factor of the viewport, use Keep Thickness checkbox.